Well, there you have it, folks. We have some updates regarding the whole situation between BrownDust2 and the Steam platform. Good news and bad news. Let's start off with the bad news. The bad news is that Steam continues to be a platform that inconsistently enforces these vague restrictions. The good news is that BrownDust2 did not bend to their will. They didn't mold themselves just to be allowed in the door by Steam and their stupid policies. But anyways, yes, for those that missed it, this whole situation, there's a video game called BrownDust2. It's been on mobile platforms. They recently released a actual PC client and everything like that. Well, they wanted to get on Steam. Well, unfortunately, here recently, they got completely deleted from the Steam platform. They didn't post an update saying, hey guys, we're looking into it. We'll let you guys know when we find out something. During that time, during that little gap there, I made a whole video on it talking about it. A lot of people were speculating that had something to do with wishlisting. That's not really the case, and I'll get into more of that later on, but we now have an update from them. So there's no more speculating. I mean, there's still people speculating, let's be honest, which is kind of infuriating, but let's get into this. They said, notice regarding the postponement of the Steam version release. First and foremost, we would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to everyone who is looking forward to the release of the Steam version. We've been preparing for a long time with a goal of launching on Steam platform, but during the process of aligning with the platform's policies, there's the keywords there. They never say specifically, I hate that, but this is typically the wording. There's some sort of policy when their platform that doesn't like something that we have. We identified an issue with the current version that are difficult to resolve. As a result, after careful internal discussions, we have regretfully decided to forego providing services on Steam. We deeply apologize to everyone who placed their expectations in us for this outcome. We explored various solutions for the release, but determined that adjustments at this point in time would be difficult while maintaining the direction and level of completion that the game aims to pursue, leading us to this decision. I think the other translation for this in the actual English version is more getting the idea of core concepts. We considered multiple options to make the release possible, but in order to preserve the game's core direction and overall quality, we came to the conclusion that making the necessary adjustments at this time would not be appropriate. They're talking about something within the game, some direction in it. Again, this is not about a wish list campaign that people for some reason keep repeating. I'm not sure where people are getting this from. Now, I looked into it and I had my doubts here and there, but as I was really looking into it, it's not a case of the wish list campaign. And I'll get into more of that in a minute. This is a core direction within the game itself that Steam doesn't like. In order to remove that, it would break their direction. They want to go towards something, and they would have to remove that. As a token of appreciation, we're going to give the rewards for the whole campaigns and everything like that. Moving forward, we will continue to explore alternative platforms and provide more comfortable PC environment, and we will promptly inform you as soon as possible. This is one thing I want to make sure that I cover before I continue. This game is available on PC, by the way. You can go to their website and you can download the PC client. Just go to browndust2.com. They have the PC client there. Yes, you have to have a launcher, and I know people don't like having multiple launchers on their platform, but you can play this game right now. I play it on a regular basis on the PC platform. It's actually much more easier than on the phone. So it's available for you guys. Quick correction. It looks like their main page for some reason no longer has the link to the Windows version anymore. They have a link to the Google Play version. I'm not sure why they removed the Windows link. It could be because they wanted people to go to the Steam client. So hopefully now that the Steam thing has been axed, they'll put that PC client back there again. But for now, apparently you have to go to the Discord, the official Discord, and request the link there. There's actually a place on the Discord where you can download the PC client. I know that's super sketch for some people, so you might just want to wait until the PC version link gets added back onto here. But for now, you have to go to the Discord. But yeah, this is a bummer. This is a bummer. Again, it does sort of confirm what I was speculating. I assume this was going to be a case of, Steam's platform inconsistently enforcing these stupid policies. And it sucks because there was a lot of people after I made my last video that were going, hey, Andrew, you're jumping the gun. They haven't said anything about, Steam and this Karen that I call Valerie now. They never said anything about Steam themselves censoring them. You're jumping the gun. It's like, I want to do that. I hate the idea of jumping the gun on all this stuff. I don't want to keep making content saying, oh my gosh, somebody sneezed, must be Steam and censorship. I don't want to be that content creator. But it's hard not to when the platform literally still has this on it. I want Steam to change. I want Steam to stop being sensitive about crap and censoring Asian developers. But the developers in Japan and Asia, they're all saying the same thing. They're not communicating with us. They're deleting our stuff, and they don't like us. They're inconsistently enforcing policies. And I don't see Steam changing because this is still in their stupid policies. As soon as I see this go away, I'll start thinking otherwise. But until then, whenever I see these certain signs, I'm going to make an assumption. It's hard not to. But yes, everybody thinking this was something besides that, like the whole wishlist campaign thing, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. First of all, yes, BrownDust2, they did a whole campaign where the amount of wishlists they'll get, they were going to give in-game rewards. Infinity Nikki did it. Right here, Infinity Nikki had a wishlist campaign where the amount of wishlists they get on the Steam platform, they will give out rewards. Well, Andrew, it's not about that. It's about the gift cards. Every company does this. This is an account that's dedicated to giving out gift cards for people to wishlist on different indie titles. That's all they do, wishlist, and you can get a chance at getting a gift card. Here we have Spot Zero. Spot Zero is doing it. Sign up wishlist and you can get a gift card. Money Garden Simulator. Follow us, leave a comment. Add Money Garden to your wish list for a chance of winning a Steam card. All these companies do this. This isn't like, it's not like BrownDust2 was the first one to do this. Steam themselves actively encourage people to do wish listing campaigns. They want you to do that because it draws interest to your game. You're trying to actively get it out there. That's why wish listing itself exists. Wish listing itself exists for the idea of promoting your game before it comes out. This is something they want them to do. I think people are assuming that the whole wishlist campaign thing is going to be similar to the whole situation with Blue Archive doing the review campaign. Review campaign is completely different. With review campaigns, you're essentially asking people to essentially bump up the quality expectations of a game based on reviews. They were giving out rewards for people reviewing their game. That's not the case with BrownDust2. BrownDust2, they were just asking people to wishlist. And again, like I said before, everybody's doing it. Gamer Sky's doing it for indies. Infinity Nikki's doing it for in-game rewards. Spot Zero's doing it for in-game rewards and external rewards. Money Garden Simulator's doing it for gift cards. They're all doing it. Now, you can argue that maybe possibly all these people are breaking the rule, and they should all be punished. I mean, we'll see. We'll see if Spot Zero gets taken down or Garden Simulator gets taken down. But that only adds to my argument that they're inconsistently enforcing rules on these companies. Because it's not a Western developer, they're treating it differently. But again, back to here. The way they're wording this is obviously vague, but I think that there is sort of a message in here. The idea that there is some sort of like core element they're trying to develop on as a core concept of their game. I would probably argue it's around the interactions with the characters, the more raunchier stuff within it that Steam doesn't like. I would assume it might possibly be the interaction games that they are actually implementing into it. There's this whole system right here, their interaction feature, where you can have a character and you can do things to them and, you know, clothes can be stripped off. You're literally dragging the clothes off. I would imagine stuff like that's probably not something they're liking. And again, in order to remove this feature, you have to gut that from the game. You have to gut that entire segment out of the game. And they don't want to do that. It's like, that takes too much time. I don't recall there being any characters that are more petite that were involved in this interaction, but I've not really been, I've not been really keeping up with the interaction stuff, honestly. Like, this is the first thing I've ever seen of it, and I just clipped it from their live stream. I haven't actually gone and checked out which characters you can even do that with. But yeah, with characters being a lot more petite, they can honestly see that as being something questionable. But again, I don't know that these characters have those interactions. So that's the situation. Again, it's a bummer. I'm not surprised by Steam and their policies that they want to enforce that are unfortunately kind of ruining a lot of hype for a lot of these games. But at the same time, I expected it. I expected it it was going to be yes, in the end, could this be corporate talk by BrownDust2 to try to cover up their own failures? Sure. Companies say things all the time that are not true. But without Steam saying otherwise, which they never do, we're left to only one side of the story. And the one side of the story says specifically keywords we always hear. Platform policies. The platform policies. But anyways, that's my whole take on this whole situation. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, hope you found it informative. If you did, hit the like button down below. If you like this content, you want to support it, become a member. Until next time, y'all take care.